guys, welcome to today's video. And if you are a California resident, you may have heard that theme parks are starting to open up. So today we are going to be talking about Legoland. Let's get started. I know that in other parts of the country, theme parks have kind of been open for quite some time. I know that Disney World has been open for forever. I think at diminished capacity. I think at a lower capacity, but still open. But here in California, things were a little bit stricter. We had been closed down for quite some time. They are opened again, but they are opened up at a limited percentage of capacity, and they are open only to California residents. So if you are outside of California, this video really isn't for you, but it's a big state. We've got a lot of theme parks, and if you are from California and kind of itching to get out now that things are finally opening up and people are getting their vaccines, you might want to learn a little bit of info. So today I'm going to be showing you basically how I pack for Legoland with two little ones, as well as just kind of like some general information about the parks, or about the park, I should say. The first thing I'm going to be showing you is what I take to the park and how I pack it. So I'm going to insert that footage right now. Okay, so now I'm going to go over what I pack on any given day at Legoland and how I pack it. Generally speaking, I will bring, this is just my son's backpack, so it's children's size. I will bring this, and then a wristlet for myself. I will bring two sweaters for the kids and sweaters for my husband and I. We have two strollers. We have two Bugaboo strollers. We have the Chameleon and we have the Bee. Lately though, we've just been taking the Bee out for my 4-year-old. It does not have as much storage as the Chameleon, and it's not quite as sturdy. It's made for more like urban sidewalk type stuff, which Legoland pretty much is. But that seems to be enough for us. But I do take for sure sweaters for the boys because Legoland is by the ocean. So it is cool in the morning and in the evening if the park is open in the evening. And then in the colder months, it's going to be on the cooler side too. So especially if you get cold or if you have little ones, you definitely want to pack some sweaters. I bring, this is the little case. I'm a pouch person, so pretty much everything goes into a pouch. This basically has like my toiletries on any given day. I have chapstick in here. I have antibiotic ointment. I have some lip gloss for myself. I keep a little mirror as well as some hand lotion. Some Band-Aids. I even will keep like little toys for the kids, especially my youngest. I'll keep just little doodads and like Play-Doh and stuff in here, so that comes with us. I always bring baby wipes wherever we go. They're great for cleaning hands and faces, for wiping down surfaces that you don't necessarily need to disinfect. If you have like sticky hands, these are great. Or if me and Farah from Farah Pano's channel, we were talking about baby wipes, how we use them on our feet. If you've ever been walking around Las Vegas in sandals, you know your feet get very, very black very, very easily. So these are great for wiping pretty much anything down. And then nowadays you want some sort of disinfecting wipe. I have these alcohol wipes from the Honest Company, which I really like. And then I will also bring my glasses. I have my sunglasses are prescription, and I'm wearing those for pretty much most of the day, but on the drive home, I usually change into my regular glasses, just so I can see at night, basically. And I have this little collapsible case that comes in handy. So I bring those as well. Obviously, you're going to want to bring your masks, and then I would recommend bringing 2, especially if you have little ones who like to lose things. I would bring 2 for each person. And then I have this little hand sanitizer thing with the little holder. I got this at the Dollar Tree, and you can like hook it onto anything. I actually hooked this onto my wristlet, and I have another one for my stroller, and I've just been refilling it. And then of course, while Legoland does prohibit food, they're not super strict about enforcing it. Well, I would not recommend bringing like fast food or like a full-on meal, although I have seen people bring like basically a full lunch into the park. I think it's kind of tacky, but if you roll that way, you do, and they don't really say anything. But while I do have little ones, I do bring small, little easily carted around snacks. I will bring fruit snacks, a lifesaver no matter where you go. And again, I keep it in this pouch, and I'll bring like goldfish or trail mix, or even granola bars. I will have that in its own separate pouch, our little snack pouch. And then in my wristlet, because I don't want to take up my full-size purse, but I also want to have something that's small enough that I can cart onto rides with me. I don't like to leave like, obviously you don't want to leave your valuables with the stroller or anything. So basically what I do is I have this little gift card holder right here. It's basically like a little pocket. I will put my driver's license, my like a credit card, a little bit of cash, and our passes. I will put that in here, along with a thing of tissue. Really handy if like you got like a boogie situation on a ride. I will put a chapstick in there because you never know when you need a chapstick. And then what I will do is I will attach my hand sanitizer on my wristlet. So this all goes with me and it just hangs on my wrist. It's really convenient. And then as far as packing everything goes, obviously if you have like a more complicated backpack situation or carry-all that you like, feel free to do that. So how I pack is I get the sweater, I fold it in half, you can see like that, and then I roll it starting from the bottom really tight, and then I get the hood and I just put it over it like that, and it kind of keeps it neat and trim. These go at the bottom like such. They're heavy, so the heavier stuff you want to go into the bottom. And then what I like to do is put stuff kind of lengthwise. I don't like to lay things like that and stack this way. It makes it harder for stuff to get in. So I always put it in kind of horizontally. I have that. I have my 2 wipes. And then obviously our masks will be out because we'll be wearing them. I tuck my glasses in there. And then this is the one bag I just lay on top like this. And these 2 things are pretty much all we will take with us, along with our drink dispensers from Legoland and our popcorn dispenser. These little bucket handles on all of them, and they do come off pretty easily like that. And then I just hook them over my stroller when we're first entering into the park. And then my stroller does have one drink holder on there. So that's basically all we take, and I pretty much have everything that I need to travel to Legoland. Pretty much any theme park, outdoor adventure, something like that. This is basically the general setup that I use. Okay, now that you've seen everything that I pack on just a general day at the parks, now a few tips before you go. Just realize that while the park is open, not all of the rides are open. I can never remember the cruise. It's the big ship with all the rows. It's very similar to Small World in terms of the boat build, like the boat setup. But it's the one that takes you on the tour of the lake in the middle of the park. That's closed. Obviously Ninjago's closed. It's indoors. The like the Safari Jeep ride, that's closed. And obviously the Undersea Adventure submarine ride, that's definitely closed. But I'm not surprised that, especially the 2 indoor ones and especially the submarine ride, I'm not surprised that one is closed down, because unlike the more famous Disneyland submarine ride, that the Legoland version really doesn't have any ventilation. There's no air conditioning. It's very stuffy if you go on a hot day. So it doesn't seem to have any sort of like air, like fresh air being pumped into the submarine itself. It's just basically the air that's in there when they open up the hatch and stuff like that, which is unfortunate. It's something that I've never liked about the ride, which I do enjoy the ride. It's a lot of fun and it's really cool. You go through, basically you're in a moving aquarium and there's like a scavenger hunt with a computer screen that you can touch. Another reason why it's probably closed still. So it's a lot of fun, but one of the things that I've never liked about it is the fact that it has no air conditioning. It's just stuffy in there, and that's never pleasant, especially if you're in there with another family. So anyhow, things like that are closed, but a good chunk of the outdoor rides are open. The Storybook Leaf Boat ride, the little horse ride that the kids go on. I don't know all. It's very different from Disneyland. I don't know all of the names of the rides. I just, oh, let's get on the horses. Let's get on the leaf boat. But I will put the names down here for you guys in case you're wondering. But a good shot. Again, the couple of roller coasters that Legoland does have, those are open. And please do keep in mind that if you do go, Legoland is pretty much for younger kids. It's very much like Disneyland that way, where if you have a teenager that's going to want like a lot of like huge roller coasters with loops and, crazy velocities and stuff like that, you're not really going to find that here at Legoland. They do have roller coasters, but they're going to be a lot more tame. And most of the rides are like for kids, like maybe like 4 to 12, I would say on average. So do keep that in mind, but it's a lot of fun, especially if you have younger kids. But I mean, I've seen couples without children going and having a great time at Legoland. It's a lot of fun. There will be hand sanitizer stations throughout the park and when you are getting onto a ride. So just keeping things a little bit clean for everybody. And they are, of course, disinfecting the rides, just trying to keep everybody safe. I'm sure they're disinfecting like tables and stuff like that and cleaning bathrooms a little bit more than usual as well. The great thing about the bathrooms is Legoland has family restrooms located throughout the park, which is really convenient if you have 2 little ones and maybe a stroller, especially if you're a mom taking your kids by yourself, or a dad, in theory, but it's usually a mom, right? But if you're taking the kids with you and, the stroller, you and the 2 kiddos, really hard to fit into a stall, even though Legoland stalls are pretty generous. It's just not feasible. It's much easier to go into a family restroom that has a large toilet, a little toilet, a changing table, and a sink all there for you. And Legoland has a ton located throughout the park, which is really, really nice. Some information for you guys, and of course, if you are going to the parks, I encourage you to do a little bit of research on the websites, but just a little bit of general information that I have for you in terms of COVID-19. You, of course, will have to be masked when you go. I believe everybody over 2 will have to be masked upon entry. Everybody will have their temperature checked in a non-invasive way using those little shoot 'em up thingies. Social distancing is, of course, encouraged. A lot of the restaurants are going to be closed. There are some restaurants that will be open, including the famous Granny's Apple Fries or food kiosk. If you've never had the apple fries, just get the apple fries. They're so good. There are markers for all of the queues to keep you and your family 6 feet from another family. And I will have Legoland's website linked down below in the description box as well. You will have to make reservations if you want to go to the Sea Life Aquarium, and I highly encourage you to do that because it's a lot of fun. And of course, there are signs discouraging you from touching the glass, things like that. So pretty standard. Wash your hands frequently. I would bring hand sanitizer too, but definitely wash your hands frequently. And they're really great about having sinks for adults and little ones. So it makes it a little bit more convenient. So pretty standard when it comes to COVID-19 precautions. Again, like I said, I'm a season pass holder. We've been pass holders for 3 years now, I want to say. Obviously, we didn't go at all in 2020. They are honoring our 2020 annual passes because we didn't get to go. So but they were paid in full, so we're still able to use those same passes, which is really, really nice. Now, with that behind us, just some general tips and information for you. If you're going on the Skipper School boat ride, which is of course open, Definitely when you come to the fork at the very beginning between right and left, choose the right. It's a little longer. Both have fun things to see on either side, and the ride itself isn't long at all. But if you've waited in a long line, and generally that one tends to have a pretty long a pretty long wait time, you definitely want to pick the right path. It's a little bit longer and has some cool stuff to see on either side, really. So there's that. Let's see what else. Also in the general information venue, the Lego Movie Land will be opening up sometime in spring of 2021. So they say, but it is not open yet. So if you're going pretty soon, hoping to see it, definitely double check to make sure that it is open, especially if this is your one opportunity to go, because as of right now, as of April 16th, it is not open yet. Another thing you want to make sure to do when you are visiting Legoland California is to get yourself some apple fries. This is kind of a unique treat. I've never seen it anywhere else in any theme park that I've ever been to. And these are basically sliced up apples. They look like French fries. I believe they're deep fried, but I'm not 100% sure. They're not breaded though. They are coated in cinnamon and sugar. You can see a little thumb back there. They are coated in cinnamon and sugar, and they come with whipped cream to dip your fries in. They are delicious, a little bit tart, but certainly a nice sweet treat and unique to Legoland as far as I know, but definitely a must try. And speaking of eats, when you go, you are going to want to invest in refillable containers. Even if you are only going for the day, not so much with the popcorn, but definitely when it comes to the drinks. Now, Legoland, unlike some theme parks, their cups do not expire. When we were pass holders at Knott's Berry Farm, they had a cup for a particular season, and then that style of cup with whatever emblem they chose to have at that time, it expired and you would have to get another one. Legoland do not expire. We've had this one from the very beginning. We have another one that's like a Christmas theme, and they fill them both. It is about $1.50 to fill these over and over at the park, especially if you're going when it's hot, especially if you have guzzlers, and you just need a drink to cool off or to eat with your lunch maybe. Definitely worth the initial investment. So I highly recommend this, especially if you end up getting season passes, or if you have like a 2-day type ticket situation, you're definitely going to want to get these. And if you are a pass holder, you're definitely going to want to get the refillable popcorn bins. Their popcorn is delicious. It's a pretty cheap snack. It's great for the whole family. Obviously, this is a pretty generous sized portion. I would say maybe a little bit more than would come in a bag of like microwave popcorn. And they're generous when they fill it. When they give it to you, it's like about that high up off the cup. So pretty great snack, and both of these items are great when you have cranky little ones, or maybe you guys want to take a break and you want to kind of keep them occupied. Popcorns and drinks always comes in handy, so I highly recommend getting those if you are going to be at the parks, if it's going to be hot, or if you're going to be a pass holder. It's definitely worth the investment. We bring these every single time. It saves us money, and in some cases even our sanity, so definitely worth it. Another thing you want to keep in mind in regards to Legoland is that they always have different deals, promotions. So if you're looking to score some tickets on the cheap, maybe you got a big family, maybe you have family coming in, definitely keep an eye on it, because there's always special promotions like that. Legoland also has a similar thing to Disneyland when it comes to trick-or-treating. They call it Brick or Treat. We personally haven't done it yet, but it's something you want to be aware of if maybe Disneyland doesn't do it this year. They didn't do it last year, and I don't know if they will do I'm hoping they will, but I don't know if they will do it this year. But it looks like Brick or Treat will probably be on for Legoland coming in October. So if you like a spooky theme to your theme park going, definitely check that out. We have stayed at the Legoland Hotel. Each of the hotels, they have the regular Legoland Hotel, and then they have like a King Arthur's Castle theme. It's called the Castle Hotel. They border the park, so you have one on each side, and then Legoland's entrance is in the middle. So my kids obviously really wanted to go there. We did it one time 2 years ago. It's pretty pricey, but they do have a great buffet. They have a lot of fun things to do. Their pool's really great. They have in the lobby waiting, there's a big old moat basically of Legos that the kids can play in while your husband's doing the check-in, or your wife, whoever does the check-in. There's that. The elevator ride is pretty cool. There's like a little dance party when you go up and down the elevators. There's a little mini scavenger hunt in the rooms where once it's completed, you open up a safe and you get access to a little Lego figurine. Our kids got a little banana guy. It's like a surfer dude with a banana costume over him. Really cute. We still have it, and they still play with it. It's really, really cute. But lots of fun. The ice bucket is the shape of a Lego head. There's different Lego characters that are built out of multiple bricks in each of the rooms. It's a lot of fun, and if you got the extra cash, it's definitely worth the experience to go and check it out. But again, it is pretty pricey. We ourselves just did an overnight, basically because we live within driving distance of Legoland. And for us, it really just was just to experience the hotel for the kids. Like I said, we have been going for the last few years, but I don't know everything there is to know about the park. And especially now in our current situation in the world, things could change on a dime. If you look at Disneyland, they're getting rid of their pass holder program. And I imagine a lot of changes are going to be happening in the park. But with that being said, I highly encourage you, if you live in an area of the country that has a lot of theme parks, definitely look into becoming a pass holder. My family and I, my husband and I, before we had kids, we were Disneyland pass holders for years. And then we let ours lapse once our kids were born. I'm not a big fan of taking brand new infants into into theme parks. I know a lot of people do it. It's just not my shtick. But we have had passes to Knott's Berry Farm. We've had passes to the Aquarium of the Pacific. And now obviously we have our Legoland passes. They're a lot of fun. It's a great thing to do. If you have a couple of days off, you all get together and your schedules allow. It's definitely a fun thing to do, and to have a place that's kind of your own, you know what I mean? So I like establishing traditions like this, and our kids have grown up with them, so I think it's a lot of fun. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care.